Hi, everyone. My name is Jolie Colander, and welcome to the Beauty Box. So, I am inviting you today to sit with me and visit with me while I am getting ready. My story is this. In January of 2021, on January 9th of 2021, I was diagnosed with COVID, along with my son, who was 6 at the time. And eventually, everyone in my house, except for my youngest, at the time was 4, got COVID. And as COVID, I know we're all tired of COVID, but COVID is integral to my story, which is why I'm sharing it with you. Well, when I got COVID, I was hit the hardest in my home, in my household. But at the end of my quarantine, I was much better. I was feeling so much better. And I thought, awesome, I'm good to go. And I can return to my job and my normal life. At that point, I had been a veterinary practice manager of 14 years. It was the second practice that I assisted in establishing and running. I have a lot of latitude at my business or in my organization. I have the latitude of functioning like an owner, even though I wasn't the owner. And my life is pretty good. I have 3 amazing children that I am grateful for. And I'm married to the most amazing man in the world. So life was good prior to January of 2021, for all intents and purposes. Now, that's not to say that I don't have stress and stressors, don't we all? But everything was kind of humming along for me, for all intents and purposes. Well, then I got COVID. And 2 days after my quarantine ended, I started getting worse and worse and worse. And eventually what happened is I went to the doctor and they said, you have to go home and do not get out of bed except to use the bathroom for the next 3 weeks, or you're going to have to be hospitalized and it could be worse. And what it came down to is COVID had so riddled my body and worn me out that I was having a hard time breathing, although my oxygen level was totally fine. So from there, what happened is I went home. My husband came home from work and he was home for about a total of 3 months. And he kind of manned the fort while I recovered. At that time, my children were doing online schooling. And so I still had to be involved with that. But I had my whole man station from my bed. My veterinary practice still wanted me and needed me and was kind of pulling on me to come on back. And that was really frustrating because I was in no position to do that. So I had to step away from my role at the practice. I was bedbound and trying to get better, but just really wasn't getting better. And additional things were happening and changing, such that I wound up having 5 different specialists and a COVID specific doctor. And what it all came down to is COVID has totally changed my life, such that I am really not the same person that I was a year ago. Well, I tried to go back to work several times and honestly couldn't do it. Went from being high functioning, it can handle 45 different things at once going on, very good at multitasking. I was the queen of managing chaos to the point, but then after COVID, I couldn't even carry on a conversation with someone if there was anything else going on in the room. So it was a very different person. And I saw the writing on the wall and I tried to look into other options because not only was I not able to work, because my employer didn't fire me, I was not entitled to unemployment. And that's not good. So because we are a 2-family household. So From there, I saw the writing on the wall and I started looking in the summer of 2021 for what other options might be out there for me to generate an income. But given that this new person that I've had to become because of COVID, what that could operate within my limitations, what were those going to be? So I started perusing around and looking at a number of different business options. Now, like I had said before, in my previous job, I had the benefit of operating like a business owner, even though I was the practice manager. So, and I had learned a lot in that process over the last many years. And what I had learned is I enjoy the decision-making faculties, being kind of the go-to person for helping people find the best solutions to whatever problem they're having. I loved working with clients. I loved working with animals. I loved just being a resource for helping people find solutions to their problems. What I also learned in that experience is that despite 14 years of experience, a lot of managers find this to be the case, is that people are people. And when you're in a management capacity, there's a lot of people who want a paycheck, but they don't necessarily want to pull with the practice. Everybody has kind of their own agenda when they come to work, and that doesn't make them bad people at all. That just makes them people, and that's really challenging when you're trying to run a business, because you need everybody to be pulling in the same direction, in the direction of the business mission and philosophy. So I say all that to say, once I had gone through COVID, I wasn't able to graciously manage that element of myself either. I had a team of many, and everybody needs something. Everybody wants something, and they all have it at the same time, and you're trying to get everybody on the same page at the same time, and there's clients out in the waiting room, and there's surgeries going on, and there's animals in the kenneling area that need attention, and the laundry's backed up, and oh, you have an emergency that comes in, and I used to be the person who could make all of that work, and I could tell everyone where they needed to go and what they needed to do and how to triage it and make it happen. Well, once COVID happened, I couldn't do that anymore. So I tell you all that to say it changed me. I was a changed person after COVID, and I started looking for different financial avenues where I could generate an income, because in my home I have to, but that would also allow me to work from home and be able to focus on my health and my family. So I began to consider a number of starting my own business. And what I finally landed on is to be a social influencer. And I'm inviting you to follow me and join me in the many conversations that I'm having on this process of regaining my own health to optimal health for me in this phase of and station of my life. I invite you to follow me as I discover new and better solutions to problems that I'm having, whether that be with my skin and skincare, whether that be with my body as I'm trying to regain the nutritional health and vitality that I have, the process of becoming a new person. I'm also 40 years old. So like many women, 40 is kind of this defining moment where all of a sudden the rubber meets the road and you're ready to make some changes and take on the world in a way that maybe you weren't as ready to take on previously. So I'm inviting you on my journey. And one of the companies that I am repping for is a company called Fabrilique. And what I love about Fabrilique is, well, everything. I love everything from their business philosophy to their motto. Their business philosophy and their motto is be your best. And whatever that means, that's really where I'm at. I'm discovering what my new best is. And I'm having to become this person that I'm having to leave the person that I was prior to January of 2021 and discover and step into this new person that I am. And I'm excited about that journey, and I want to invite you to join me on that journey. Part of my journey has been to find healing for my skin, because COVID left me with these huge like cystic boils on my face that I had never had before. I mean, I had had acne, but I never had anything like that. And trying to heal those sustainably. And that led me to spending thousands of dollars on skincare and trying different supplements, doctor's appointments, procedures, trying to get myself back to a point of health. And what actually did it for me was the skincare line carried by Faberlique, which is a patented technology. And the patented technology is called Novitin Oxygen Complex. And it is a technology that won the Nobel Prize in Biomedical Technology and Research in 2019. That is some serious science. And what that does is the Global Oxygen line, and then along all of our skincare, and it's incorporated into all of our many skincare lines and cosmetics, is the Novitin Oxygen Complex, which successfully synthesizes the gas oxygen down to the deepest epithelial layers of the skin. And by doing that, it functions in the same way that retinols and AHA serums do. It energizes the cells. It improves cell alignment. It improves cell turnover. It functions to energize each individual skin cell. That leads to better vitality in the skin. It minimizes fine lines and wrinkles. It improves cell turnover. It hydrates and moisturizes the skin. It energizes the skin cells so that they can be more efficient and effective at being little skin cells, at protecting your skin from allowing disease and dirt and free radicals to get through your skin into your bloodstream and cause adverse issues and premature aging. I can't say enough about how the Global Oxygen skincare line has changed the health of my skin. And as my health of my skin began to improve, my self-perception and my confidence began to improve. As I continued to look at Faberlique and the many products they carry over 1.5 million products globally. I began to see what a phenomenal business opportunity it was for me as an individual who was looking for an opportunity to change my income stream, given that I could no longer function in my role as a veterinary practice manager of 14 years. And I've been in and around the field of veterinary medicine since I was born. So this is a field that I'm very accustomed to and I know very, very well. So what ended up happening is I learned that Faberlique was coming to the United States. I first learned about Faberlique in the July-August timeframe, and I learned that they were going to be coming to the United States for a soft rollout at the end of 2021, in October of 2021, and would do a full rollout into their business in the March-April timeframe of 2022. So I began to pay attention, and I began to watch, and I began to listen, and I began to ask my questions. And ultimately, I had also at the same time been looking at other cosmetic companies and skincare companies, because cosmetics and skincare is something I have long valued. I really believe in quality skincare. I believe in its ability to improve one's self-esteem and feelings of self-worth and beauty. I think that makeup is great, but I am an avid believer in the value of quality skincare far and beyond makeup. Because you know the saying, you can put lipstick on a pig, but it's still a pig? That's how I feel about makeup over bad skin. And good skincare is a process, and good having beautiful skin isn't just about going out and buying a bunch of expensive products and slapping it on your face. It begins with good hydration and good nutrition. It begins with a lifestyle that supports health and vitality. So all those things come together. I was watching Fabralique and I was listening and I was paying attention. So when the time came for Fabralique to start going and opening as what's called a soft rollout as a business, I still didn't sign up. I was looking at some other businesses and I was watching Fabralique, but I was pretty sure I was going to go with a different company that was a little bit more established. Well, when push came to shove, that company that I was convinced I was going to go with, I found it to be a chaotic management. I found that other company, there was a lot of unknowns and there's a lot of clickiness, and it didn't feel like the sort of supportive environment and assurance that I needed for myself in this direction change for me. Additionally, as I got my hands on more and more products, the skincare wasn't improving my skin and the makeup wouldn't stay on me. It had some good stuff, but for the vast majority of it, it really wasn't working for me and it was a stretch. So I continued to look at Fabralique. After they launched, their soft launch and opened, I began ordering some of their products to just try out and see if they worked for me. And the very first thing I ordered was the Global Oxygen skincare line that had that patented technology that won the Nobel Prize in 2019 for biomedical technology and research. And I began to use the skincare line. Within 2 weeks, I was seeing significant improvement in the beauty and vitality of my skin. I knew then that it was going to be a process of healing my skin, but I was seeing more benefit in that time frame than I had seen any time before with any of the thousands of dollars and eight or nine other companies that I had tried. Okay. So lastly, seeing how effective and truly transformational the Global Oxygen skincare line was for my skin, I knew it was something that I could sell. I knew it was something that I could believe in and I could get behind because it had been such a game changer for me and my skin. So I signed up. And I began to try a few other things. Now, one of the amazing things about the Fabralique opportunity is the business opportunity. If you're going to be in business, you need to be thinking as a business owner and aligning yourself with a business that can endure the many dynamics changes that happen in business every single day, regardless of the market that you're in. Well, Fabralique, although it's new to the United States as of October 2021, it's not new to the global market. I learned that Fabralique was established in 1997 in Russia by an entrepreneur who wanted to create a solution for some of the political climate that was going on in Russia at the time. And what I mean by that is at that time in 1997, in Russia, when Fabralique was established, Russia was having an issue where they were not permitted to have imports come into the country because of political stuff. And the founder of Fabralique looked at the situation and he's like, okay, Russians are used to things like shampoo and soap and makeup. But at that time, Russia didn't manufacture anything. They had really good science, but they weren't active in manufacturing their own goods. They were importing everything in. And so the founder of Faberlic looked around and he said, okay, so this is a problem. Russia is this great country, but we don't have, because of political stuff, we don't have access to the goods that we are accustomed to using that we need, like soap and shampoo and makeup and stuff. So he said, I'm going to create a company that manufactures these goods in Russia for the Russian people. Additionally, because of what's going on in Russia, it has to be priced in such a way that Russians can actually afford it. The ruble was worth nothing at that point. Russia was in a really tight spot, and the value of the ruble, which is the currency in Russia, went to crap. So a founder of Faberlic, we'll call him Alexei because that is his first name. He decided to make sure that and make it a principal tenet of his company, Faberlic, that the markup over wholesale, over cost, would never be more than 5 times. So the markup on all the fabric products manufactured and distributed by Faberlic are marked up 3 to 5 times cost, whereas the standard markup in the industry globally is an 8 to 11 times markup. I tell you that to explain that I fell in love with Faberlic from a philosophical philosophy standpoint, because I can get behind a leader who says, while I can charge more, I choose not to, because that's not in the best interest of the people, and that's against the mission and the heart of this organization. The second thing that Alexei did was he looked at the situation going on in Russia, and a lot of people had lost jobs and they didn't have access to the stuff they needed. He said, okay, so I'm going to make these products in Russia. I am further going to look for a hair tie. It was imperative to him that those products be of high quality. He didn't believe in manufacturing trash and selling it. He wanted it to be sourced from the very best raw materials and create the highest quality product possible, but still keep the markup as low as possible. So that's what he did. He started making and manufacturing products, and because he was a man of science and industry, he valued patents. And patents are a legal term or standing in which a technology, a product, belongs to an individual or a company. And over time, Faberlic has patented over 34 different patents into their product lines, their cosmetic lines, their skincare, their nutritional lines. Faberlic is since then won the Nobel Prize in Biomedical Technology in 2019 for one of the patents that they hold, which is called the Novoton Oxygen Complex, which has successfully synthesized oxygen down to the deepest epithelial layers of the skin via an external transmission, via topicals, skincare, creams, that sort of thing. Something that many scientists said was not possible. He did it. His company did it. Faberlic did that. And we hold that patent. And that patent, which improves cell turnover, improves youthfulness, diminishes and delays the aging process for the skin, that patent is in every single one of our skincare lines and in our cosmetics, our mini cosmetic lines. It's in there. The last thing, so those are the two things. He wanted to make sure it was manufactured in Russia to create a solution to the problem of they didn't have access to their stuff. The second thing Alexei did was he made the markup to be low enough that people in Russia could actually afford the products. The fourth thing he did is he made sure he sourced the highest quality products that he possibly could. He didn't want to sell junk. He wanted to be associated with high quality products. And then lastly, he wanted to make sure that people had the ability to generate an income. Because of the political stuff, people didn't necessarily have jobs that they could return back to. So he created his company as a network marketing company, in which individuals could gain a commission off the sales of the products that they were promoting and selling for the company Faberlic. So not only did he manufacture products in Russia so that people in Russia would have access to goods that they needed and were accustomed to, he made them the highest quality that he possibly could. And then lastly, what he did was he took science seriously, patented a bunch of stuff, and then made it into a business so that people could generate an income for their families via Faberlic and selling these wonderful products. In the past 25 years, Faberlic has continued to grow. It's the number one company in all of Russia, and it has continued to grow globally. In the past 25 years, Faberlic has successfully launched in a total of 44 different countries. And each of those countries is their own market. So 44 different markets, okay? It has successfully launched. Presently, it is number 31 globally, the 31st company globally for network marketing companies. Every company, numbers 1 through 30, have been in the U.S. market for a number of years. The two number 1 and number 2 markets in the world for global period are U.S. and China. It was 2 months ago in October of 2021 that Faberlic began its soft rollout, its testing rollout to test their products in the U.S. market. Faberlic came to the U.S. and it hasn't even done its full rollout. It won't truly come to the U.S. with all the products that they're going to carry until March, April 2022. And presently, this is being recorded in December of 2021. Okay? So Faberlic is a business opportunity for individuals who are looking for a serious business opportunity. Faberlic is positioned to take over the market. They have over 1.5 million products globally. And in the U.S. market, they will keep on average an $8,000 or 8,000 products on the website on a continuous basis. And they'll rotate some through and rotate some out. They have 10 different product lines that they compete in. Skincare, makeup, hair care, health and wellness, aromatherapies, excuse me, fashion, hair care, dentistry, cosmetic stuff. Those are just a few. Faberlic is fabulous. They even have pots and pans, and they're going to have home goods. Faberlic is positioning itself much like Amazon in the sense that they're going to carry a little bit of everything, but it's going to be the highest quality stuff. Guys, in the last 25 years, Faberlic has grown internationally, not just in their business structure, but also in their manufacturing, such that today, Faberlic's makeup is sourced from 2 places, Italy in Korea. We have one Korean skincare line because Korean skincare is such a special, unique type of skincare. It's called the Isul skincare line, and it's been tailored to the European skin and the needs of European skin. Our cosmetics that are sourced from Italy are sourced from the highest quality raw materials and manufacturing. Our materials, our cosmetics come in the same factories as Chanel. Our fragrances come from France because France is known for fragrances. Our fragrances are sourced from the same raw materials. They're in the same perfumeries. They're put together by the same scientists and researchers that turn out Chanel, Gucci, Giorgio Armani. High quality, big names. Our products are manufactured in the exact same factories by the exact same scientists from the exact same small raw materials. The difference is the name on the bottle and the price. These are equally high quality products, but they are on wholesale pricing. So what does that mean? Wholesale pricing is the amount of markup over cost. There's how much it takes to produce something. And then there's a markup so many times that number. Let's say it's 5. Well, if Faberlic is going to do a markup of 5 on top of $5, that means that a product that you can get from me for $25 marked up 10 times would be $150 from someone else. Can we let that sink in a second? Let that sink in. The average markup in the industries, period, is 8 to 11 times. So a product that at wholesale costs $10 to produce, the maximum markup in Faberlic is 5 times cost. It would be a $25 product as compared to, let's say, 10 times cost. With another company would cost $150. That's wrong. $50. $50. So a product from me for $25 and product from someone else, $50. That's significant. So I come to you to say, if you're looking for a business opportunity, you should take a look at Faberlic. I'm not the only one out there who's gone through a lot of changes that the last few years with the pandemic have, and the myriad of consequences of that have impacted families, have impacted individuals. If you are looking for a change, you're looking for a opportunity to do something different, to apply the knowledge and skills and the enthusiasm and passion that you have, if you're open-minded and willing to learn, if you're teachable, if you're coachable, if you're willing to play, just play, guys. I'm 40 years old and I got on this with no makeup on, and I put my makeup on in front of you. If you're willing just to be you every single day and do your best and grow, reach out to me. Just take a look at Faberlic. My team is amazing. We're not cliquey. We're not competitive with one another. We work together in a very unique capacity to build one another up, to create graphics together, to support one another, to encourage one another, to be there to support one another as our businesses are growing side by side. There's not the jealousy when some person, is doing maybe better than another or isn't doing as well as another person. We're all growing at our own pace, but we all have access to the know-how, and we all have access to leaders who are interested in helping each of us make the very most and best of our lives in this business opportunity. So it's wonderful products, wonderful cosmetics. This is all Faberlic. Wonderful skincare that has patented technology that won the Nobel Prize in 2019 for biomedical technology and research. And that patent is in every single one of our skincares and in all of our cosmetics. But additionally, we have additional patents. For example, our Renovage system, I'm calling it Spanx in a bottle. This has the Novoton oxygen complex that won that Nobel Prize in biomedical technology, but it also has a multi-peptide complex. It has 4 peptides. Peptides are integral in the creation of the scaffolding with amino acids that create the architecture for which proteins are able to attach and build in our body. Proteins like muscle, proteins like collagen, keratin, elastin, elastin like elastic. We have varied cosmetic lines for acne. We have cosmetic lines exclusively for men. We have cosmetic lines for dry skin, for aging skin, for anti-aging. We've got it all. We have super neutral cosmetic lines and skincare lines for those of you who have teens and tweens who are just now needing to be introduced to skincare and a regimen so that they can have the very best skin possible and set them up right so that they're set up for the rest of their lives. Faberlique's a great opportunity for those who are interested in looking for an opportunity. As a leader, I can tell you this. First off, I'll always be honest with you. I'll always be supportive of you. If I make a mistake, I'll own it. But you won't have to rely on just me and my guidance to help you get where you want to be. Dream as big as you need to, because Faberlique is an established company with over 25 years of success in 44 other countries, and it's just come to the US. Think about if you had the opportunity to get in on Mary Kay and you were one of the first people to bring it to your area. That's the opportunity with Faberlique that is right before you right now. I encourage you to think about it. Even if you're just curious, shout out to me. I have my Facebook link on here below. I have my follow me over on Instagram. Message me. I'll talk to you. I'm just me. And I will give you all the information that I can to help you. If you're looking for solutions in your own life, whether it be nutrition, whether it be skincare, want to try some new makeup, want to test out some amazing essential oils, hit me up. Let's talk about it. I hope you have a great day. We have the #1 lipstick sold in all of Europe, and that's what I'm wearing right now. This is color number 40874. And today I'm wearing the Maddie Eyes and Brow palette from one of our makeup lines called Glam Team. And this is explicitly the Nude Desert color palette. It has a sheen on it that's harder to appreciate. All of our cosmetics and skincare meet the European standards for cosmetics. We are cruelty-free. We are all the things, guys. All the things that you want your makeup to be. You want your skincare to be. You want the chemicals and the products you have in your home. We're it. Take a look at Faberlique. Do the research. Ask the questions. No obligation. I'm not going to chase you. I'm just here for those who are interested in opportunity. My name is Jolie Colander, Kolander, Jolie like Angelina Jolie, Jolie Colander, and I'm JK the Beauty Box. Come talk to me, just shout out to me, say hey. I would love to hear from you. And please like this video and subscribe this video as I continue to share with you my journey, and I continue to educate about the individual cosmetic lines, skincare lines, health and nutrition lines, the aromatherapies, all of it. I'm here to educate and share and advocate for you. I hope that as you get ready for 2022, that it is the year that you grow into the person you've always wanted to be. Have a great day, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye.